Batteries for our vehicles are expensive, and if you're like me and don't use your vehicle an awful lot, the battery takes a beating because it discharges while sitting in the driveway or in the garage, and unless we maintain them, that old saying goes, if you don't use them, you'll lose them. So I'm going to share with you a tip that I use to keep my batteries in tip-top shape. It's inexpensive, and I hope you like what you see.
Well, welcome back to my subscribers, and if you're new to my website, I hope you enjoy this video. We don't use the truck very much. It's our main vehicle, but we hardly ever drive the truck. We go for groceries, do our appointments, and so on, but it sits a lot of time. Here's one other thing I'm going to show you. You're gonna have a good laugh at this one that I've added to the vehicle anyway, and I use this during the winter time. I always have my truck plugged in during the winter, not to keep the engine warm, but to keep the batteries up. I have a battery tender, and I'll show you where I have that installed. Okay, we've got the hood up, and I want to show you my battery tender that will keep my batteries up when parked in my driveway. Now, I use this during the winter time to keep both my batteries. One here and one over there. And this little battery tender right here, I plug that into the winter time, and it keeps my batteries at full capacity because we don't drive the truck enough for me to charge the batteries. And I've taken the lid, as you can see here. There's a bumper for my hood coming down. This is just a lid off of a plastic storage box, and I have it fastened with the screws right here, holding part of the front end together, and that protects my battery tender from snow and ice and rain and stuff that's coming in through the grill of the truck. And then over here, cable runs right along, plugs in right here. That's next to my block heater, and the block heater is just put away for the winter. It never really gets that terribly cold in the Okanagan here that I have to use the block heater, so very rarely use it. I just have this plugged in to maintain my battery. And now even in the summer when I plug it in, because again, I still don't drive the vehicle enough to keep my batteries at tip-top shape. So with this plugged in, my batteries are up to snuff.
Well, about now you're probably saying to yourself, this guy's got way too much time on his hands. You know, I don't spend an awful lot of money on these little projects, but they are fun. And but we were just talking about my little battery tender and how it keeps everything up to snuff, the batteries, and my little fan running here. And I wanted to include one more item on there so you can see this guy is certifiable, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, here's the last item I want to show you that also runs off my batteries, and they're plugged in, and that is my truck dash cam and a rear view camera. I can switch between views. There's the Quonset hut in front of us, and there's the cul-de-sac view behind, and I monitor this area 24/7.
Now here's an actual photograph off the video of my rear camera. My truck is parked in its little Quonset hut garage, and to the left you can see our black fence and our gate. To enter our gate you have to pass right past the camera, and I can also see the activity in the rest of the cul-de-sac. So I'm also observing my neighbors in case they should have a problem too.
And so it offers that little bit more security of being able to identify anybody that's prowling around, and get the odd animal too. We got lots of deer, the odd bear coming down in here, and that's just one last little item that I have, and it's kept up with the battery tender.